His grandma said it happened in an instant. It took Evan just a few minutes to run from here at Southwest 23rd and Gage into the intersection here at 21st and Farallon, where a sheriff's deputy quickly and calmly got him to safety. David, soon some of our favorite treats like cupcakes and candy could look a little different. On the FDA's chopping block is 8 synthetic petroleum-based food dyes used in foods we see every day. The Kansas River is Topeka's one and only source of drinking water, but it collects trash like this every day. David, local Topeka veterans say their hearts are broken and that these layoffs are a threat to democracy. David, I spoke with the secretary for the Kansas Department of Labor, who said they received no notice that this program was on the chopping block. And without the support of these resources, they're concerned for the safety of their systems. Yeah, Melissa, when you enter the Strive room, you may notice the dimmer lights and an untraditional classroom layout. And that's because it's specifically designed to serve high-functioning students with autism who may have a hard time learning in a typical classroom.
Is that an astronaut?
It started out like any other day for Alicia Weir and her grandson Evan.
We got up like we do every morning, about 7 o'clock, came in the front room, turned the TV on for him, got him something to drink, put it on the table.
But before the clock had even hit 7:30, Alicia realized her grandson was gone.
I just kind of freaked out.
She had run to the restroom
90 seconds max, maybe I was in there.
And came back to find the front door wide open.
Couldn't see him anywhere north, south, east, west of our home in a matter of just a few minutes. So we knew he had already taken off and he was far already.
She called 911 immediately, and within 10 minutes, police were able to track Evan down thanks to a call from someone who had seen him in the road. His grandma said it happened in an instant. It took Evan just a few minutes to run from here at Southwest 23rd and Gage into the intersection here at 21st and Farallon, where a sheriff's deputy quickly and calmly got him to safety. Video from the Shawnee County Sheriff's Office shows cars slamming on their brakes as Evan walked through the busy intersection.
How he didn't get hit, you know, is a miracle.
Law enforcement were able to quickly find him using the Real-Time Crime Center, a network of cameras all throughout the city.
And thank you to the police department and the people that were involved. Thank you, and the dispatcher. They're my heroes.
Sacrifice I made tonight is my responsibility. Can't afford to question why.
The words of Sergeant Jamie Green, sung in honor of his fallen co-workers, felt in the hearts of families and law enforcement alike.
Those guys are out there for you, no matter who you are, no matter what your place in society is, no matter what you do day in and day out, those guys are out there for you.
The ceremony began with remarks from state officials saluting this sacrifice.
Public service comes with real sacrifice. It reminds us that behind every person in uniform is a family and a future, and that every loss leaves a permanent void.
Tributes continued outside at the law enforcement monument, where the names of hundreds of fallen officers lay etched in stone.
It's honoring my son and keeping his memory and name and legacy alive.
Katie lost her son, Deputy Samuel Smith, in 2010. Today, they remember his life.
He looked forward to going to work every day, and he was courageous, but he was also fun. They had such a good time, too.
2 more names were added to the monument. Detective Charles Delbert Meeks, who died in 1976, and Deputy Glenn Curtis, who died in 1924. Gone, but not forgotten. Stretching for more than 100 miles, the Kansas River is a highlight of the state and a sanctuary for the native flora and fauna.
Once you realize that we have this beautiful resource in our community, you do become addicted to it and want to help take care of it.
But it's become threatened by rising levels of trash coming in from nearby streets and visitors. Bueller says it's a problem that won't go away without action.
Modern day trash, though, is a huge problem for our communities and the river. And so we're talking about the biggest thing we see is plastic bottles. And it's coming off of the city streets and the landscape. It's coming through stormwater drains.
River cleanups are a crucial part in mitigating this trash and preserving the water that so many rely on. The Kansas River is Topeka's one and only source of drinking water, but it collects trash like this every day. Now, Friends of the Cause asking for your help to keep our water clean. Anyone can join the cleanup, and they hope it highlights the dangers of water pollution as well as ways to reduce our waste.
It's about learning about how much of a problem it is in the community, but also coming out and just showing support for picking up the trash, and also maybe learning a little bit about how you could do it in your own neighborhood.
Even little actions can help, like disposing of trash responsibly or trying to use less plastic.
Say these are some of the bravest kids I've ever met. I've said that since the day I started this job. They teach me something new every day.
In the Strive Room, creativity is encouraged.
That's F.
F, letter
Chlorine.
And individuality is celebrated.
Well, what we encourage is for them to be themselves. It's all about acceptance and accepting who they are and where they are in life, and not only accepting it, but celebrating it.
Adam Groves has taught students of the Strive Room since it first opened in 2020.
It's for students diagnosed with high-functioning autism, extremely intelligent, so creative, so funny.
They follow the curriculum with special modifications to typical school structure, as it can be stressful to students with autism.
We teach them tools, we give them tools to handle that stress, to handle that anxiety, to be able to communicate with peers, and most of all, to be themselves and to celebrate who they are.
Other things like darker lighting and a less rigid classroom layout help students feel at home.
They each have their own corner where they can go if they're overstimulated or if they need a break.
And even though students with autism learn differently, at Whitson Elementary, they're all one big family.
You know, we don't just work on acceptance in this room, we work on it in this whole school. The acceptance of each individual.
And other schools in the district are also helping to promote inclusivity with special sensory rooms where students and staff can unwind.